YouTube channel, Liz Does It All. In today's video, you'll see how myself and my family spent our last few weeks, some of the things that we did in our last few weeks living in the United States, just before we left to move abroad. One of the things we had to do, unfortunately, was say goodbye to some of our animals. You can see Henny, Penny, and Karen walking down the street. We used to take them on regular walks, just up and down the street, and they really loved doing that. And here you see our bearded dragon Turtle. This was his favorite spot to ride in the car on the dashboard, where he would try to catch my little tree. We also had two other dogs. Well, they weren't our dogs. One of them was my son's service animal, who we also had to leave behind. And the other one was my mom's dog, who we also left behind. Unfortunately, not long before we left, we lost our family dog, Sierra. So she was actually buried there, and we definitely miss her as well. Here you'll just see some of the places that we like to visit, like Sweet Frog. We met a lot of different people when we were actually headed out of the country. Here we are at Cross Creek Mall with some of the vendors, and they wanted to get some screen time. We had a lot of fun with them. We also had to go down to South Carolina and do the drive-through safari. Now, why I brought my Land Rover through here, I don't know, but it came out looking a mess. We had animal stuff on the inside, animal stuff on the outside. My whatchamacallit melted. It was a hot mess, but we did enjoy ourselves. I cried and screamed the whole way through, trying not to run over animals, thinking that these people were going to sue me or something because I hit their zebra or their giraffe or something. So I was scared the entire time because these animals would just walk right in front of you and then come and rub their noses all over the window, and my mirrors were just a mess. Look at this. This don't make no sense. But I know next time I might rent a car before I take my car, my luxury vehicle, through here, because this was a mess. While it might not be luxury vehicle friendly, it was a really fun place to visit. I think that next time we go, though, we'll probably purchase more snacks to feed these animals because they don't mind walking up to your window and basically taking the food from you. I had the camel come and take my cup from the car, so I guess he was thirsty. And he just stuck his head right in the window. He didn't care, but I did. Now, this big guy right here to the right, he had to be the most gentle animal out here. You see my daughter wouldn't roll her window down, so he went to the back. And you see this little tiny carrot, that's all he wanted. That's all he wanted. And look how gentle he is. Now, he wasn't like the camels that would come up and just snatch it from you or reach their head inside and steal your cup. He was really nice and really gentle and really sweet. See, he's not snatching. He's not trying to push the whole car over like the zebras were doing. He's not doing any of that. He's just so sweet and friendly. We also had to get out and go visit the goats, and they also had little baby cows, all types of little animals right here in this little petting zoo. It was really cute, really fun. Now, I don't know if this is the one that spits or not, but I was keeping a close eye on him because I did not want to get spit on, and as you can see, he was staring me down as well. Next, you'll see some of our last few celebrations, as well as my son getting his acceptance letter into college. But I love my children, so I do this for their birthday.
Congratulations. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, welcome you to the class of 2027.
Woo! You made it! That was such a super proud moment. We actually took every chance we could to visit any swimming pool that was nearby, and we also had to go back to South Carolina, this time to Myrtle Beach, to one of our favorite restaurants, to be able to basically eat as much as we could and say goodbye there. This is one of the last shopping trips that I was able to do by myself, actually, which is why there's not a ton of stuff in the shopping cart, because, you know, when you take your children to the store, the shopping cart is just filled with unnecessary things. So we just needed a few things, so that's all that I got. Before we left, we actually fostered a dog for not too long, just a few days. He came to stay with us, and he was a pleasure to have around. My son fell in love with this dog when we were volunteering at a local animal rescue. So we actually ended up fostering him, and he had a great time with us. Unfortunately, since we were leaving the country, we were not going to take him with us. However, we did get some time to spend with him, but we did end up having to take him back. Here, I was just trying to throw some quick braids in my head so that we could get out and get things moving. As you can see, I was slapping those things in there pretty quickly. On our very last night in the United States, we went to this store, and as you can see, it's a really nice store. However, I think that I would still choose Whole Foods or even Harris Teeter, or, pretty much any store, because a lot of this stuff was just overpriced. I ended up spending over $80 just for the four of us to have dinner, and we didn't get anything really expensive or extraordinary, just regular stuff, and we ended up spending $80. However, they did have a nice selection, but was it $80 worth? I would say no. This store made me decide that leaving the U.S. was definitely the right choice, because everywhere that we've been after leaving was not this expensive. And we finally made it to the airplane. So here we are actually not leaving the United States. We are actually headed to Puerto Rico to get our passports, because yeah, we do plan to leave the United States. However, we have to get passports first, or we will not be able to leave. This was my youngest son's first flight. As you can see here, he's super happy to be going up into the air. We were getting ready to take off, and he absolutely enjoyed himself for his first flight. So this was the start of our journey. I guess it was really the finish and the start, because we've pretty much shown you the things that we did before we left the U.S., how we said our goodbyes and basically got ready to leave. And here we are on our journey at the very beginning, the tippy top, and getting ready to go get our passports so that we can travel to our next destination. Stay tuned for more, and make sure that you like and follow so that you'll be able to see our journey from here.